Hello and welcome to the Ariman Show. As always, I'm your host Ariman Upasni, and this is part 2 of the 10-part series called Indian Retention League. Basically, what I do in this series is I go through the retention list of each IPL franchise. I judge how good the retention list is, what players they could possibly target, what could be their possible 11, and what players they could get back using their RTM cards. So let's start the second episode and get straight into it. So, after discussing the retentions by the defending champions in the first season, it only made sense that I talk about the runners up of 2024 in the second. That is none other than Sunrisers Hyderabad. They had a very terrific performance in that entire season. Such great batting performances. I think the best that we've ever seen in the, I think, what, 16 years of IPL that we've seen. And such entertaining cricket they had. And when we look at the retentions for this year, for 2025, they've done a very good job. They've kind of encompassed the essence of the team which was in 2024. Obviously, we do miss out on a few players, but I think they've grabbed the most important players that really mattered for them in 2024. The retentions are as follows: Pat Cummins for 18 crores, Abhishek Sharma for 14, Travis Head for 14, Nitish Reddy for 6 crores, and the biggest, Heinrich Klaasen for 23 crores. So let's talk about the price that they've paid for their players. I think 18 crores is very fair for Pat Cummins, given the performance he put in last year, and given how his captaincy brought SRH from their very middle table team to a top table team and even the finalist. So that is a job well done from Pat Cummins. He bowled really well again, as I already said, and he also has the ability to bat in certain conditions and in certain situations, while uh, where most might not be able to do so very well. So that is a very justified price being paid for Pat Cummins. We then come on to Abhishek Sharma and Travis Head, both paid 14 crores each, and well deserved, I must say. I mean, these two were such a dynamic opening pair that whenever they fired, I think things were made a lot easier for the batsmen who were lower down the batting order. I think even if you look at players down at number 4 or number 5, number 6, things had been so much easier for them just because these two at the top fired and scored 100 runs in let's what 6 to 7 overs. So these two are a very dynamic pair, and Sunrisers have done a great job by retaining both their openers. So that position stays fixed. There's no change in that. They've also retained Nitish Reddy. Nitish Reddy recently capped, not uncapped, recently capped. Given 6 crores, probably will be played around the middle order, can bat, can ball. He's also been selected for the Border Gavaskar Trophy. So clearly, there is a lot of potential that not only Team India sees but also SRH sees, and they've kind of awarded him for just that. They've kept him around for just that, being the sort of impact player each team needs with the bat and with the ball. Finally, we have Heinrich Klaasen. I think I would have expected Heinrich Klaasen being retained at around 18 crores, but when I first saw the list and saw that he was being retained at 23 crores, it kind of shook me a bit, because 23 crores is awful lot of money you pay for one player. KKR, did that last season when they got Mitchell Stark for around 25.75 crores, and everyone was just shocked at how much they had spent. But obviously, this time around, uh, even though Hendrik Klassen, if he does go into the mega auction, I am sure he'll get it around that 20 or 22 crore mark. But I don't know if Sunrisers tried to negotiate with Heinrich Klaassen and get him at around 18 to 20 crores, or they just gave him 23 crores as a reward for what he did last season and as motivation to do the same in 2025. So these are the five retentions that we've seen from SRH. And like I said, very good retentions. They kind of fit in very important positions in your playing 11 as well. You have your opening set, you have your middle order set, you have one good bowler set as well. So at the end of the day, SRH have 13 more players to buy minimum, and they have 45 crores available in their purse. So when you look at it, 45 crores in a mega auction, that is pretty low. And that is also why I said they could have negotiated the deal with Heinrich Klaassen a bit, with Pat Cummins a bit. So they could have maybe, increased their available purse from 45 crores to somewhere around 50 crores. And that would have helped them big time. But with 45 crores, here are the players I think they can go for, they can buy, and what the possible 11 could be. So let's take a look at the possible 11, right? On number 1 and number 2 we have Abhishek Sharma and Travis Head, that's for sure. Number 3, I feel now that Venkatesh Iyer has been released by KKR, uh, SRH will be keeping an eye out for him, because if SRH remember the final last year, it was Venkatesh Iyer who batted supremely in that match. So they will probably be keeping an eye out for him, because they know how fiercely he can bat, and he'll also come used to you as if a pace bowling all rounder, right? Um, and alternate to that, because Sunrisers won't be the only team waiting for Venkatesh Iyer to pop up in the mega auction. Kolkata will be waiting for him, and they will fiercely fight for Iyer, because even if they could not, retain him through the retention list, they'll be hoping to get him back into the team, because he is an essential part of the team and they know it, and they'll be ready to spend big. And when I say big, obviously about 8 to 9 crores, because even they do not have as much money. Just like a lot of teams, a lot of teams have an average purse of about 50 to 55 crores, with the exception of one, Punjab Kings, who will come to them later, a later episode. But I do have a feeling we won't see a lot of players being sold at very high prices. A few, maybe three or four, but not a lot, because each team has the same problem. They have a lot of players to fill, but a bit little money. But I feel not a lot of players will be able to get that huge amounts of money that they probably made in the past 4 to 5 seasons, let's say, or even if we go before that. And I think the biggest reason is because each franchise on average has around 50 crores, and they do have to fill at least 13 positions. And so filling those 13 positions with the best players in around 50 crores, that is going to be a task. um, only one team other than um, only one team, that is Punjab Kings, can actually lavishly spend on players, because they do have, at the end of the day, 110 crores. But we'll come to that probably in a later video. But uh, for now, I think SRH could go for Venkatesh Iyer. They could try to spend around 6 to 7 crores. I don't think they'd be going for more. Um, if not Venkatesh Iyer, they probably would go for Rahul Tripathi. Now, Rahul Tripathi is not an all rounder as Venkatesh Iyer is, but he can be a good number 3. His performance in the last season, I agree, was very decent. And by decent, I mean It was nothing extraordinary compared to how the rest of the team was playing, but he was still good for them. So I do have a feeling SRH could uh, pay around 4 to 5 crores or maybe even 6 crores and get him into the squad. So while I feel they might be going for Venkatesh Iyer, if not Venkatesh Iyer, Raut Tripathi is the way to go. At number 4, you do have Heinrich Lassen, who is also your wicket keeper, which means that at number 5, you kind of need a middle order batsman, but also an alternate to Heinrich Lassen when it comes to wicket keeping. And for that, I think SRH have three options. The two middle order batting wicket keeping options SRH has is Johnny Bairstow and Jitesh Sharma. Jitesh Sharma surprisingly released by Punjab Kings and Bairstow as well. So these two are players that Sunrisers could go. Bairstow and Jitesh Sharma both also follow that very aggressive, ultra attacking mentality of Sunrisers Hyderabad, and they could, uh, you know, support, be it Heinrich Klassen or be it Travis Head, Sharma or Venkatesh Iyer or Rahul Tripathi, whoever it is, when they're scoring huge runs. So both of these are very attacking players and they can support the team, and they kind of fit that ultra attacking mentality that Sunrisers Hyderabad has and that we've seen in the last season as well. So either of these two, uh, ideally, I will be hoping that Sunrisers Hyderabad do go for Josh Butler, because suddenly Rajasthan Royals have made a very bad decision of letting him go. However, I do feel getting Josh Butler would be very difficult, because now that Punjab has released Bairstow and Jitesh Sharma, now I don't know the reasons behind it, whether they want to probably get them for cheaper in the auction or what, I don't know. But in the off chance that Punjab don't use their RTM card or don't go for Bairstow or Jitesh Sharma, Josh Butler will be their pick, and when that happens, there will be a load of money being thrown towards him. So that is one reason why I feel SRH might not be able to get Josh Butler. But if they are, he would be a great option. Not only would he make a great number three, he could also swap Abhishek Sharma, push him down to number three, put Josh Butler on the opening position with Travis Head, and then you push Venkatesh Iyer or Rahul Tripathi down to number five or to number four. So you could, it's a very flexible thing. It's a very good thing that SRH is so flexible. But yeah, for number five, for the second batsman, wicket keeper, Josh Butler preferably. But if that does not happen, they should go for either Bairstow or either Jitesh Sharma. One of these two is a must for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Let's move down a bit as well. Go down to number 7. Hyderabad had Washington Sundar, and I really hope they are deciding on getting him back. It won't be cheap. They'd still have to shell out around 6 to 7 crores, but I do hope they do, because that will be a very, very worthy 6 crores. Um, if test form is any indicator, uh, his performances in the recent past, as we've all seen, his exploits, um, this young chap might just go on and have a great season in 2025. So SRH will be hoping, at least I hope they will be hoping to get back Washington Sundar. And for the number 8 position, I believe will be a pacer. So, not only could he support Pat Cummins, but in a lineup where you already have Nitish Kumar Reddy and maybe a possible Venkatesh here, he also becomes your third or fourth fast bowling option as well. So when we talk about fast bowlers, I have three fast bowlers in my mind: Vaibhav Arora, Mohit Sharma, and Mukesh Kumar. All three great wicket taking options. All three have played great cricket in the last season. Mohit Sharma was very good in 2022. Even though Gujarat lost the final, Mohit Sharma was very good in it. And obvious, we know the stats of how each of these players have played in the last season, and that is why they are on my list. However, there's a very small caveat that follows it. SRH can't just spend any amount of money on these three players. They will have to give themselves a regulation and spend at max 4 crores on either one of these three players. So they'll have to, you know, target one player and really go for him. If they can get him for 4 crores, great. Or whichever player you can get for under 4 crores, that really works for SRH. Because like I said, you um, already have two bowling options, Nitish Kumar Reddy and Pat Cummins, and becomes this then becomes your third pace bowling option. So uh, even if you get a bit of an amateurish kind of bowler, or a bowler like Mohit Sharma, who's probably not at his peak, but he's still very good. He still picks up wickets. He can still clutch games for your team. Becomes a very good option for you as well. Moving down to the last two positions, these will be saved for the spinners. Um, like I said, number seven, SRH will go for Washington Sundar, and if they do get Washington Sundar, then 10 and 11 uh, will also be spinners, because then you have three spinners and then three paces or four paces. So it becomes a very easy ball game when you have so many bowling options. So not only do you have great batting options, you also have great variation and great options available when it comes to bowling, right? So number 10, I feel, is Ravichandran Ashwin. He was released by Rajasthan Royals, and I feel, given, like I said in the previous video, given his great cricketing sense, SRH could really go and get him. And he still has a bit of cricket left in him. He still has that spark in him, uh, which is very fun to watch when he can get those wickets and he can hit those runs. So I think SRH could really use him as their number 10, and have him ball 3 overs, or on great occasions even those 4 overs. The number 11 for SRH will be Yuzvinder Chahal. Now he's going to be a very expensive option for them, but he's one player that I think they should go all in for. And when I mean all in, probably spend around 8 to 9 crores. And I do have a feeling that would be enough to get Chahal into your team. And if they do, uh, not only is he a great wrist spinner who can manipulate and just play around with other teams, he'll be one of your leading wicket takers, along with probably Pat Cummins and Vaibhav Arora, Mukesh Kumar, Mohit Sharma, whichever they have. And he'll be able to restrict the opposition teams for much less while your batsmen wreak havoc. So it will be a very good addition for SRH to have. So Chahal, I feel, for 8 to 9 crores is doable. And when you look at it, the holy trio, Venkatesh Iyer or Rahul Tripathi for that matter, if we count him in, Josh Butler, Best, or Jitesh Sharma, that whole club of batsmen, wicket keepers, and then Chahal. If they can get three players, let's say Venkatesh Iyer, Josh Butler, and Chahal, if they can get three players in 20 to 21 crores, that would be a steal for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Uh, Maybe if that can go up to 22 crores, but I don't think anything above 22 crores for three players you will be spelling doom upon yourself. That will be the case for Sunrisers Hyderabad, because then you'd really have to go for a lot more uncapped players than probably what you were thinking of. You might want to go for players with low base prices, and you might just have to compromise on quality because of the price at the end of the day. So 21 to 22 crores for three players. One, Venkatesh Iyer or Rahul Tripathi. Two, that club of batsmen wicket keepers, Joss Butler, Bairstow, Jitesh Sharma, and then at the end, Chahal. So 21, 22 crores. Get any three players from these, get three players, one from each club, you'll be done for your playing 11. And that is how I picture my playing 11. So to recap again, uh, what I want the playing 11 for SRH to be is Abhishek Sharma, Travis Head. On number 3, Venkatesh Iyer or Rahul Tripathi. On number 4, Heinrich Klassen. Number 5 is Butler, Bairstow or Jitesh Sharma. Number 6 is Nitish Kumar Reddy. Number 7 is Washington Sundar. Number 8 is Vaibhav Arora, Mohit Sharma or Mukesh Kumar. Number 9 is Pat Cummins. Number 10 is Ravi Ashwin. And number 11 is Yuzvendra Chahal. And now that we're done with the playing 11, the possible playing 11, we need to look at what additional, I think, 7 players or 8 players SRH can go for. Since SRH still do have one RTM card with them for an uncapped player, um, I feel that is reserved for Abdul Samad. They can get him for 2 crores max. I don't think he'll go any more than 2 crores. And SRH will be uh, easily will be able to grab him up for 2 crores. Another player, all rounder, I feel they could go for as an alternative to Nitish Kumar Reddy as well, is Shardul Thakur. Last year went for 4 crores. This year, I think his price might drop a little bit as well. So, maximum of 3 crores for Shardul Thakur. Now, again, an old Sunrisers Hyderabad player, Mayank Markande. I think they can easily get him up for 2 crores as well. Similarly, T. Natarajan, a slightly expensive option, but SRH could do a good job in the auction and try and get him up for around the 3 to 4 crore mark, and I don't think he'll be costing any more than that. So around 4 crores for T Natarajan, and SRH will have an additional pace option which would be really great for them. One player now on a bit of the cheaper side, if you look at it, spinner, foreign spinner, is Ish Sodi. He can play in the subcontinent very well. He's done that in the past. So I think SRH, especially if the team is playing on pitches which turn a bit, they could use Ish Sodi, and they can very well get him for 75 lakhs to 1 crore. 75 lakhs was his base price the previous year. I really don't know what his base price is for this year, but I think they can get him for 1 crore or less. uh Coming to domestic players or uncapped players or Indian players, uh SRH do need one more wicket keeper. SRH need a third wicket keeper, and I feel it will be an uncapped player who's also wicket keeper, and in that case, I feel SRH can go for KS Bharat. KS Bharat was part of Kolkata Knight Riders last year, and simply for the sake of a lower base price, they can go for him. And obviously, uh, he is a decent player. He won't get, I don't think he's going to get any chance in the playing 11. But if you're solely taking him as a uh, third wicket keeper and a batter in the nets, probably he's a great option. You can also, on the other hand, to save a bit more money, go for Ricky Bui or Robin Mins. Robin Mins did go to Gujarat Titans last season for around 3.6 crores. That was kind of shocking. But this time around, since he did not play any cricket last season, I do feel that he might sell for 50 lakhs or less. As for Ricky Bui, I still do feel he'll just go for base price. So if SRH really just want a third wicket keeping option and they don't expect a lot from him in terms of batting, I think Ricky Bui is the best option, followed by KS Bharat and followed by Robin Mins. Because he was bought for 3.6 crores last year, there is a good chance he can go for more than 1 crore this year as well. So, like I said, Ricky Bui, KS Bharat, and then Robin Mins. Let's go down. A couple more players that they could get, to get over that quota of 18 players is Manish Pandey. They can get Manish Pandey on base price. Another team I think that would be going in for Manish Pandey, like I said in my last video, would be Kolkata Knight Riders because he was great for them last season. So they could be really going for Manish Pandey, and they would be happy to pay a few lakhs more for him as well. So that is one thing that SRH need to keep in mind. Another player that they probably could actually get on base price is Ajinkya Rahane. Not really middle order batsman, but you can fit him in the middle order as well. Traditionally not a middle order batsman, but you can fit him right in, and you can have him play there for quite some time. Out of these two, I do feel Manish Pandey should be given a preference, and I do feel SRH will be going, and I do feel SRH would rather go for Manish Pandey rather than, and I do feel SRH would go for Manish Pandey rather than Ajinkya Rahane, even if they get both of them at base price. And for the last player, I think it's the 18th or 19th player now. Last player, I have kept a bowling option, Indian bowling option, and I believe that is Amit Mishra and Piyush Chawla. And now the fun part is, since we have the 5 year rule of uncapped players back, if you give me a second to elaborate, so there's this rule that has come back this year, is that if any player has not played international cricket in the past 5 years, they are as good as an uncapped player. And for my last position, I have Amit Mishra or Piyush Chawla. Now, both of them have not played international cricket in 5 years, and even more. So that means both of them are technically uncapped players now, and which means their base price will be a bit lower, and therefore SRH could take advantage of this situation and could get either one of them up. I think Piyush Chawla would be a great option because he's still around the 36, 37 years of age. Unlike Amit Mishra, who's almost nearing 40 now. Both of them, even if they are of age, they're still bowling well. But I still feel Piyush Chawla has that one last spark left in him, and SRH could do well by getting him over Amit Mishra. Or you could also, if you have excess funds, you can also go for Amit Mishra. So this, according to me, would possibly be the starting 11, and the 18 member or 19 member squad. In this case, for SRH, a few of the players that they would be specifically targeting, a few of the players that they would be trying to get if they can. So a lot of action happening for SRH as well in the mega auction. So that was my video for today. I hope you liked it. If you have any other suggestions, any other player names that SRH could actually focus on, do write them in the comments, and we can maybe have a healthy discussion later on, or maybe you could even join me in one of my episodes. uh, but nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed my episode. I hope you enjoyed what I had to say, and do reach out to me if you want to on any of the links in the description, and I'll be back with another such video very very soon. Until then, stay good, stay safe, stay happy. Bye.